As Travis Taylor and his crew continued to search for paranormal and UFO-related activity on Skinwalker Ranch's 512 acres of peculiar terrain, they excavated locations where they had spotted evidence of strange occurrences. With the permission of Brandon Fugel, the owner of Skinwalker Ranch, this persistent searching and digging eventually led to the conclusion that they needed to move on to the next phase of excavations if they were to make any progress in the discovery of strange extraterrestrial activities on the ranch. This must have resulted from the events that transpired on Homestead 2 some time ago. Following the occurrence that occurred earlier in the year, the team became more cautious when excavating. However, they conducted modest excavations in an effort to discover any additional scientific evidence that may have been concealed beneath the Triangle region. However, as they continued this excavation, the crew began to experience strange occurrences. Not only did their small excavation begin malfunctioning, but one team member also observed that his phone was malfunctioning. The team was compelled to consider the possibility that the phone had been hacked, despite the possibility that the device was an Android device. Whatever the reason, something was obviously amiss. Was the universe attempting to communicate? Could it be an alert? Clearly, this was difficult for the crew to understand. Regardless, they continued working diligently. While digging and sifting through the excavated soil, the team was anxious to discover anything metallic. Perhaps this explains why the ground in this region was so conductive. In addition, the team monitored the area using a spectrum analyzer, a gamma ray detector, a lightning strike meter, and a metal detector so that they could detect any environmental changes as soon as they occurred. They did this while disturbing the Earth in order to return to this location in the future. Thus, they would be able to re-evaluate the area and compare their new findings to their original ones in order to identify any alterations. Unfortunately, they soon realized that they were unable to ascertain what was causing their metal detectors to produce erratic and polarized readings. In spite of this, the team continued to dig deeper, particularly after observing that the meter readings were becoming increasingly accurate. Due to the absence of metal artifacts during the excavation, the team began to suspect that they were on the precipice of discovering a large metal structure. Surely something must be concealed beneath the surface of the land. Such a theory is supported by tales that suggest caverns may be concealed beneath the ground. Some believe it could be something even more implausible, whereas others believed they were about to encounter an underground base. As a result, you can assume that the team was hesitant to enter such a territory without first studying it or gathering more information. The crew had to continue excavating beyond the 8-foot trench they had already dug. As their excavator was not equipped to dig deeper into the earth, this would prove to be a bit of a challenge. As a result, the team was unable to continue their excavation, leaving them in the unfortunate position of being unable to ascertain what was happening beneath the ranch's soil. Therefore, they decided to alter their strategy by conducting a comprehensive magnetometry survey of the region. This would be fantastic for the team because it would allow them to acquire more information about the region. It could, at best, assist them determine the cause of these energy spikes. It could also help them determine if there is a conduit or a base below. James Kennan even suggested that if they excavate deep enough, they may encounter a flooded tunnel. This brings to mind an episode of the History Channel's television program, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. In one of the episodes, the crew was excavating a location when they discovered a strange metallic object. Using heavy equipment, the crew dug while attempting to determine what this object was. Unfortunately, this machine will be a hindrance because it suddenly ceased working after a period of time. After discovering that the machine lacked hydraulic pressure for some reason, the team quickly realized they may have a larger issue on their hands. If the lack of hydraulic pressure was caused by the spillage of the machine's hydraulic fluid, the fluid could have contaminated anything they discovered in the vicinity. As a consequence, they decided to return a sample of the fluid and soil to the laboratory for analysis. Witnesses to the scene would be intrigued by what they would discover.
We see UAPs appear and then suddenly disappear.
Many have been fascinated for decades by the enigmatic and unexplainable events that have occurred at Skinwalker Ranch. Just imagine, since the 1950s, odd UFO and UAP sightings and disappearances have been frequent there. In addition to being the site of a number of eerie supernatural occurrences, such as the discovery of a cryptic book, mysterious cattle with crimson eyes, or the mutilated remains of these unfortunate individuals, there are animals. While some, such as Robert Schieffer, have disregarded reports of strange and unusual occurrences taking place at Skinwalker Ranch as almost certainly illusionary, others, like the team, the producers of the television series Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch, have resolved to confirm details for their own. Since 2000, the History Channel has supported television programs that have brought together scientists and historians, bringing together specialists in order to investigate the odd occurrences on the homestead with the most advanced technological features. They are on the verge of discovering something new and thrilling thanks to this technology. There are portals. Who could have opened these portals, and what lays beyond them? Find out as we travel to the mysterious Skinwalker Ranch. Since approximately 3 years ago, the Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch team has been anxious to reach the root of the matter. Led by Travis S. Taylor, an American aerospace engineer and researcher who has authored as many technical papers as science fiction novels, the Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch team's leader has have been seeking the truth about the mysterious activities occurring on the mysterious ranch. Utilizing innovative and cutting-edge technology such as ground-penetrating radar to investigate some of the odd occurrences and sightings on the ranch, such as the apparitions, the sighting of dire wolves that may or may not be the mutilated shapeshifter. There are cattle all over the property, making it difficult to uncover the truth. Undoubtedly, there are skeptics among us, and these individuals have contested the claims that these events transpired at the ranch as figments of the imagination, our imagination, going so far as to describe the myths that have developed at the ranch as being entirely a modern invention, a product of the 20th century, but that it is not. Taylor and the rest of the guys are proceeding with their investigation despite this setback. As such, they would always invite the most intelligent individuals into their group. Things took a thrilling turn when the team gathered at the southeast located property. Pertaining to Ballad, Utah, Thomas Winterton, superintendent of the Skinwalker Ranch, addressed the team upon its assembling, expressed delight because of one guest, Pete Kelsey, a prominent technologist. They have invited you to assist them with a final high-tech 3D photogrammetry drone scan, the entirety of Skinwalker Ranch. For those unfamiliar with the term, photogrammetry can be simply defined as the procedure in which individuals, such as our guest Pete Kelsey, use and combine thousands of data points, high-tech photographs taken of the area of interest in order to construct an exhaustive and detailed three-dimensional map of the region that reveals visible features ordinarily would miss. Due to this method, Travis S. Taylor, the American pseudoscientist and principal investigator, was able to, based on this collaboration with the History Channel, they could ultimately obtain a comprehensive three-dimensional map that reveals every concealed detail of the mysterious ranch. Thus, they will be able to identify any anomalies that may emerge. It may also provide them with some of the answers they have been anxiously seeking. Perhaps they could comprehend the behavior of UAPs and other phenomena that have attracted so much attention. Numerous individuals to Skinwalker Ranch. Pete Kelsey and so night they are performing. Kelsey himself positions the drones prior to launch, while informing us that he cannot wait for the procedure to conclude so that he can hand Eric Bard the data, who performs the most difficult task, spending many hours analyzing data. Following this, we have taken off while the drones scour the area for anomalies of interest. Following a day or so, Pete Kelsey informs the team that he has completed his task, all of which he transmitted to Eric for review. After completing the evaluation, Eric gathered the team so he could present the findings. He encountered 1 billion data points while navigating the 3D drone scan. He explains that every cloud point on the map represents the precise location of a single point. Thousands have been located using a complex algorithm that was developed from the thousands. Photographs captured by Pete Kelsey. Following this brief explanation, Eric demonstrates some of the fascinating artifacts that are on display he discovered in his evaluation. Immediately, the team was excited by an anomaly that they discovered up in the air. What is this mysterious structure protruding from the sky? Massive in appearance, the crew estimated its height to be approximately 100 feet. Eric went on to disclose, to add to the intrigue of the fascinating structure, that upon closer inspection, The structure contained a secret. Upon discovering this peculiar floating anomaly, he contacted the software vendor, was used to conduct this procedure so that he can inquire whether this type of occurrence was observed. The norm. Unbelievably, the vendor reported that this was a truly distinct presence. The team was baffled even more so when Eric disclosed that while this is uncommon, it has occurred before, not the only artifact of this nature that the scan detected. When they shifted their focus to another section of the survey, they discovered a similar finding, a framework, comparing anomalies to the south and north of a stone circle discovered in the team discovered that these UAPs precisely aligned with the large center stone in the circle of stones. The group pondered the likelihood of this happening elsewhere. As they contemplated this, they conducted additional analysis of the three-dimensional map, and the peculiarly alignment of unidentified aerial phenomenon was performed. The team also began to inquire as to where precisely these structures point. What if this was a map of an anomaly that required investigation? In addition, Travis Taylor questioned whether Kelsey had managed to capture concrete. There is evidence that portals have been appearing on Skinwalker Ranch. If this is the case, is it conceivable that these portals served as the means by which some of these UAPs have been seen entering and leaving Skinwalker Ranch? Given the quantity of information available to them, the team was determined to proceed through each and every file to find answers to their most pressing concerns, especially when they are as notable as their predecessors. After reaching this agreement, the group resolved to contact Brandon Fugel. The two evaluate the business magnate who is the current owner of Skinwalker Ranch. All of the labor completed in the previous year. 2 days later, the team met with the manager in Salt Lake City, where they were in high spirits because they had accomplished so much the previous year. Gary Herbert, the former governor of Utah, and George Knapp, an investigative journalist, are present. Journalist widely recognized as the most prominent journalist implicated in the strange incidents. Brandon Fugel hoped for an enlightening session concerning events occurring on the ranch, and they received precisely that when the team presented them with the three-dimensional map pertaining to Skinwalker Ranch. Brandon was awestruck as soon as he saw the fantastic structure floating in the air, and company were curious. Brandon, anxious to accept the reality of what he had witnessed, was eager to learn the subsequent phase in uncovering the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. Brandon believed that they needed to adopt a multidisciplinary approach while also utilizing the necessary information to proceed in the correct direction towards uncovering the ranch's secrets. Brandon believes that the presence of these structures indicates that they are triggering in some way contact with extraterrestrial entities, whether on this plane or in an alternate dimension. Whatever this presence may be, it is manifesting itself clearly above the island. They will unravel this mystery in a profound and timely fashion. Currently, it appeared to Brandon that they are coping with a phenomenon, may alter not only their perceptions of reality, but the entire trajectory of history, past, present, and future. Both present and future are considered. Following Brandon's address, the former governor stated that he believes their efforts are crucial and may be on the verge of something revolutionary. He cautions them to exercise caution so as not to harm or corrupt anything that they may encounter during their investigations of the supernatural. George Knapp concurred with Gary Herbert's assessment that they are on the precipice of a world-altering discovery. He too cannot wait to see what happens next. Following this, Brandon expresses gratitude for their hard work and sacrifices to date. It cannot be simple to complete such a thankless mission. Without their professionalism, aptitude, and expertise, they would not have progressed as far as they have. In this voyage in search of the truth, they will hopefully be the one to discover it. Elucidate the intriguing secrets concealed on Skinwalker Ranch. The meeting will conclude shortly, and he will inform them of the next steps. Steps that must be taken by the crew. Travis Taylor reveals after this meeting that although they are drawing back on the investigation in light of the encounter with Brandon and the fact that time is running out, the team is in high spirits because they are getting closer to the date of the show, closer to their objective. Soon, they will disclose the secret behind unidentified flying objects and unidentified submerged objects. Pete discovered aerial phenomena following a three-dimensional drone scan Kelsey performs. Soon, they may even discover the truth about the red-eyed cows and mutilated corpses that they abandoned. Travis is eager to inform us that during his tenure on the ranch, he had never even seen a horse, anything similar to the UFOs and UAPs they had encountered during the pack's previous seasons. Now that he has witnessed a multitude of phenomena that he may not have believed in previously, he is a believer, stepped onto the mysterious ranch. Now his entire perception and perspective regarding Skinwalker Ranch and its inhabitants have changed. The tales that surround the location have changed. Who knows what is possible or impossible at this time, and who knows where they will go from here, find in the future. Travis does not know, but he is aware that they owe it to themselves and the community world in order to continue these investigations. We must commend the team for having the courage to go deeper, to rifle into the world of uncertainty. Then they will comprehend the forces we are working with or against in the world that we do not completely comprehend. Only then can we truly comprehend the nature of our world and our place in it. In this existence, Travis continues to reveal the secrets of the Skinwalker Ranch and secrets of the Skinwalker Ranch. The team reveals the truth behind Skinwalker Ranch's mysteries. This concludes the video. Explore our previous videos at your leisure to have your mind overwhelmed. Additionally, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Goodbye and good content until next time.